Hi, my name is Coldbeer and let's start with Cossacks Free. This is a remake of classic game that originally launched in 2000s. Here you'll find 20 nations, 120 different unit types, and over 220 different buildings. That sounds like an overkill, and believe me, it is. But it is also really fun to play. The game is like ultimate epic battle simulator before it was cool. Also, besides the battles on land, you can build an armada of battleships and attack your enemies at sea. Game offers 5 single-player campaigns. Leaning on the history of 17th and 18th century, the game lets you fight massive battles with up to 32,000 soldiers simultaneously on one battlefield. Be sure that you have that NASA supercomputer for that. Tentacle Girl. Well, I am just kidding. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. You will play as a disgraced and disfigured warrior rescued from the brink of death. Bound to protect a young lord who is a descendant of an ancient bloodline, you become a target of many vicious enemies. When the young lord is captured, nothing will stop you on a perilous quest to regain your honor. Yeah, except death, because you will die so many times you will lose count. Keep in mind that Sekiro is a creation of the same developers as the Souls games. Here you'll explore late 16th century Sengoku Japan, a brutal period of constant life and death conflict as you come face to face with larger-than-life foes in a dark and twisted world. You will unleash an arsenal of deadly tools and powerful ninja abilities, while you blend stealth and visceral head-to-head combat in a bloody confrontation. The game is really hard, but there is a solution for people who have troubles with these type of games. It's really simple. Just stop being noob and learn to play. Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey. This is a really original and truly amazing game where you play as an ape. Yeah, your journey starts 10 million years ago, and by then we still shared our ancestors with gorillas and chimpanzees. Our last common ancestor with the apes, chimpanzees to be exact, is known to be roughly about 5 million years old. So you start as an ape and over the years evolve into an early human. The whole game spans from 10 million to 2 million years ago. Your task for you and your tribe is not to die and not to choose the path of extinction. The future of humanity is in your hands. As developers say, evolution was not written in stone. Your decisions will shape how you will overcome obstacles, increase your species, and what knowledge you will pass on to future generations. You can focus on specific attributes or choose a more balanced approach to survival. Your clan's ability to survive will be directly impacted by your decisions and choices, thus making each player's experience unique. It's a wonderful game reminding us that we are just starting to go in our evolutionary path as human species. 2 million years is nothing. Dinosaurs existed for 165 million years. That is a huge difference. Not as huge as your mama though. Resident Evil Village. This is a package deal. If you buy Village, you will also get Resident Evil Reverse for free, except you don't.
What?
Yeah, the latter is not released yet, but hey, when it will be, you will be able to play it. It's a 6-person deathmatch battle featuring famous Resident Evil characters, and the Village's story is set a few years after the events in Resident Evil 7. The all-new storyline begins when a man and his wife start living peacefully in a new location, free from past nightmares and horrors. And just as they are building their new life together, then, you know, stuff happens. Otherwise, it would be a love story, not a fantasy story with horror elements. This is one of the coolest games ever, with an atmosphere creepier than your ex-mother-in-law. Also, this game is not a pure horror game as you can imagine. It's not really that scary, just creepy. And overwhelmingly positive reviews are here for a reason. The game is fantastic. Barotrauma. Well, based on the name of the game, you may think that this is a title about a man who went into a bar and then saw only non-alcoholic vodka there and was traumatized by that. No, it's a different story. Here, in not so distant future, humanity has fled to one of the Jupiter's moons. With its irradiated icy surface, life can be only found in the ocean below. He will travel through a punishing underwater world and discover what lies in the depths of Europa. So basically, this is a 2D co-op survival horror submarine simulator inspired by base building games like RimWorld or Dwarf Fortress. Also, it has a fun mode quite similar to Among Us. One of your crewmates may be a traitor. Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition. This version includes the base game and all the DLCs, so if you never played the game, it's the best version you can get. And the Kingdom Come itself is basically a realistic Skyrim set in medieval Europe. It has great story, interesting missions, and a really beautiful world set in an ancient part of nowadays Czech Republic. So grab your sword and show everyone who's the real boss of Czechia is.
Spoiler alert!
Not you, probably, because at first here you are very lame and very puny. The harsh reality of a level 1 villager that decided to become a warrior is not very pleasant, but you will learn and armies will fall by your feet sooner or later, probably way later.
Never.
Broken lines. The dead are returning from their graves. If crash landing behind enemy lines was already a challenging experience for your squad, they sure as hell didn't sign up for this kind of nonsense. Yet now it is upon them to discover the source of this occult magic in the war-ridden land that they found themselves in, and hopefully eliminate it before hordes of zombies spread all over the world. So yeah, now every genre has a zombie game. Well, maybe except there isn't a zombie Tetris. If not, someone should create one, and credit me for the idea. Well, snap, I just googled this picture.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, don't expect miracles in Broken Lines. The game is quite short and not as innovative as it may seem, although if you like turn-based games, it's a really good choice for your evening. Price is right, so grab it and keep your virginity safe and sound. Alien Isolation Collection. I have played Outlast, I have played Amnesia, I have played several other creepy games, but nothing could scare me more than Alien Isolation. Here you are, all alone in a giant space station, and a xenomorph is hunting you. You have no guns, you are the prey. Sometimes it can take an hour without an encounter, sometimes you can feel it creeping upon you in the vents, sometimes you can hear it, and sometimes you just die. To play this game, you will have to have huge metaphorical balls, because you may get used to the alien, you may get used to hiding and even to jump scares, but when the game shows you the way to the alien nest, and it's the only way to go, you will only wish that you had not 2 balls, but at least 4, or more likely 7. No game has scared me as much as Isolation did. Warhammer Vermintide 2. This is a 4-player co-op action game where you will control one of 5 heroes that have returned to take on an even greater threat than before. The combined forces of a ruinous Chaos army and the swarming Skaven horde. The only thing standing between utter defeat and victory is you and your allies. If you fall, so will the Empire. Game is an owner of a very positive reviews left by almost 64,000 buyers. People on Steam are talking that this is just like Back 4 Blood, but actually good. I think that this game is a great no-brainer to play with your friends or with your mother-in-law and show those Ratman who's the real boss. Well, as always, probably not you. Skinwalker Hunt. This is a horror-themed hunting game. Main focus of it is on exploration, non-linear gameplay, and the atmosphere itself. You play as a Native American monster hunter who wants to hunt down legendary creature called the Skinwalker in a different parts of the world. You will be able to find and use different tools and abilities to hunt and survive. Well, you mostly die, but that is the fun part. The thrill you get is way different than playing deer slaughtering games like The Hunter, which is actually a wonderful title, probably best hunting game ever. But here your prey actually is the hunter, and you are the prey. See how turns have tabled? Also, don't forget to check out GOG Weekly Sale as well. Some great legendary games are discounted there as well. Assassin's Creed, Mafia, Hitman franchise, Dungeons 2, and many others await you there. Just press my link in the description and you will get there. All GOG games are DRM free and refunds are supported for up to 30 days. Way better than Steam. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.